Once you use the Google Classroom handout to create a class in Classroom, so as you go through and get started and go to your email, click on Classroom, sign it, set up for a class to join your class, after you created a class, after you named it, and add a section number and put your subject and created, now you're ready. So now you can start inviting students, selecting a theme, and adding the different components to use in your classroom. So now let's head over to the actual tool and I'll show you how to get all of that stuff set up. So once you have your class set up, as you can see, business technology, and I add the period number so I know what students are in what class, you will have a stream. And the stream is going to show all of your components, all of your assignments and your announcements and the questions that you may have asked for your students so you can interact with them there. Then you can click on Students. And now this is where you're going to invite your students to your class. So you can either invite them by sending them an email and having them respond and sign up that way, or you can have them go to their Gmail, open up Classroom, and give them the class code, and then they'll type that in, and then it will take them directly to your business technology period 1. I personally prefer inviting them through email because in my contacts I've created a folder for them, and I just have to type in period 1. They're all there, and I just select it that way. Some teachers prefer to use the class code, so it's whatever you would prefer doing, whatever you think is going to be the best for you. Then the About button here just shows about what this class is about. So it shows period 1. You can add what class materials they're going to need. It shows who the teacher is, their class drive, and all of that sort of stuff. I've never used the About very much, but you can experiment it and use it as you wish. So if we head back to the stream, here you're going to be able to kind of personalize each class period that you have. So as you can see right now, there's a theme here, which you can change and update. So if you go to Select Theme, it gives you a bunch of different options through a gallery that you can look through and select. You can go to Patterns if you just want a nice simple pattern. You can select that as well. So you just scroll through, find what you like, simply click on it, and then hit Select Class Theme, and then it's going to show up as your background here. You may also upload a photo. If you have a photo that you would rather have that you have saved in your gallery, you can do that too. So just so you can kind of personalize your classroom separately, and you can do each class differently. Next, on your stream here is where you're going to put the content of your information for your students. So as you can see, you have a section over here that says work that's due soon. You can add different topics. And then in your stream too, if you delete something, you can either show it or not show it here. And then here it says, welcome to your class stream. Assignments and posts will appear here. So everything that you post will come right up here for students to see. And as you can see, you can attach them by YouTube video. You can do something with a Google Doc and so forth. How you add stuff is by going down to the plus sign down here, and then you will see create announcement, create assignment, or create a question. And just by clicking on that, it will take you and you'll start creating. So it's going to ask you for which classes. I only have one class right now, so it says Business Technology Period 1. I can send it to all students, or I can individually decide which students receive it. But then you'll just type in whatever you want them to know. So I'm just going to send out a reminder. Assignment 1 is due on Friday. And then you could add a topic. You could send an attachment or from your Google Drive of what assignment 1 looks like to refresh their memory. At any time, you could also do a YouTube video or share a link with them. And then simply click Post. And there it is. It's right on your stream. So now you have your first post here. You can add a class comment for everybody, or they'll comment, or whatever it might be. Next, let's look what creating an assignment looks like. So here, same thing, who is it for, which students are you going to send it to, and then you're going to title your assignment. Since assignment 1 has already been done, we're going to type in assignment 2. You can give some instructions like don't forget to add a header, don't forget to include this, make sure your name is on your paper, whatever it might be. Then you can assign a due date. So right now it says no due date. So you just click the down arrow and it gives you a calendar. You can have it due the same day. You could have it due in the middle of the week. You could have it due next week. Whenever you would like to do, you'll just add date. You could add your topic, and once again, you have your options down here to attach several different things. And then click assign. And now you will see this looks a little bit different than the announcement. So eventually when the students get this, you will see who is done and who is not done. So as the due date goes, you'll see as when they turn it in, once the due date is over and they turn something in, you will receive an email saying they submitted it late. So that way if you're not in your classroom all the time, it will notify you by email. So that's an assignment. Next, let's look at create a question. Creating a question would be great for a bell ringer or an exit ticket or check for understanding or a quiz if you wanted to as well. Same thing, who's it going to, which students are going to receive it, and then ask your questions. As you can see, there is spell check. Give some instructions if you wish. You can assign a due date. So do you want to do the exact same day that's on there? Add a topic. It can be short answer or multiple choice. Then you can also select if they can reply to each other, so they can comment to each other's posts. And if you don't want them to, you select that. If you want them to, it stays purple. You can also select do you want them to be able to edit their answer or not edit their answer. And then attachment, Google Drive, YouTube, and a link once again. And then just click ask. And now you can see that is added to the stream too, and you still show if they are done or not done. So that is how the basics of adding an announcement, an assignment, or a question. Next, I'm going to open up a live view that I use with my students so you can kind of see exactly what it looks like after you have things created and students start to use it. So as you can see, once you've created all of your classes, every time you log into Classroom, it's going to give you a screen that looks like this. And it's just basically going to list all of your classes. So I just have one class, Business Technology, but as you can see, I have 6 different class periods. So I just label them Business Technology, Period 1, Business Technology, Period 2, and so forth. And it also tells you how many students you have in there, and you can see the different themes that are applied. So as you go into your classes, you're going to see here is your stream once again. So it shows what your stream is going to look like. So my most recent assignment that I've created always appears at the top. So here is the first one, my most recent one, and as you can see, it shows none are done. I have 1 not done, and then I have 22 returned, which means I have looked at them, graded them, and returned them to the students so they can see their grades as well. And then career paper, same thing. As you notice, there is a file in here, so you can attach the file like I talked about earlier. So I'm just going to click on this so you can see what it is. So this assignment I've actually created what they call a hyperdoc, and it's an interactive document that they can use. So roadmap of my life, it gives them their instructions, and wherever this box is, they're going to click on and actually type in and give me the answer. This is a link, so they're going to go there and look at some stuff and then answer the question that I have here. Same thing, they go all the way through. They work through this. They have to answer more questions. And at the very end, they're going to sum it up. And then I also here have a little survey about the assignment. That is also a link that they will take in. Once they have this done, and they're in Classroom, with it being a HyperDoc, they just have to turn it in. So when I put this in here, you have an option of either just sending it out or making sure each student has a copy. That way your original stays the same. So Classroom automatically puts their name to the assignment, and all students will have a copy, so they can just start putting their information in there. The career paper also has an attachment with it. And this is just giving them instructions of what the career paper assignment is. So it's all right there for them. They'll type it in Google Drive and they'll turn it in and submit it when they are done. And so it just goes along with that, and it shows all of the assignments and when they've turned it in and when they haven't. So that's what that looks like as well. Next, I'm just going to show you what it looks like when you click on the done and not done students and how you grade it and how you can go from there. So you can add points up here for all of your assignments. It's going to show all of the assignments and mark it not done or done. So this student's is not done right now, but I could simply add a grade after I grade it right in there, if it's 45 out of 50 or 0 out of 50 or 35 out of 50. And then that way when I return it to them, so if I type in 35, it will check it, and I can just simply click return. And then it will ask if you're ready to notify them that a grade was left, and you just press return and it will send it back to them. So that's how you return it with their grade, so they can kind of see how that part of it works as well. As you grade it and look at it, once you are done, you can also add comments about their assignment, or maybe why they got the grade that they did, or they did a great job, or they left something out, or they needed to redo something. And then you can just add the private comment right down here, and then when you return it to them, that comment and their grade will go right along with them. Once you're done grading it, and you need to go to the next class period, you simply just go up here and click. And you can click classes, or you can simply click on a different class from this here. You can do different settings on there. But if you just click classes, it takes you back to your main page here. And that's using Classroom. There's a lot of different things that you can do with Classroom. It's more individualized for what you do in your class, just like any tool that a teacher uses. It's going to determine on what they're doing and how they're going to use it and what works best for them. So I hope this will at least get you started and interested in using Classroom and how it works, and that it's a great tool to use for students.